So tell me what it was like doing your first estate sale. Like, how did you get that estate sale to be like something you manage? And then how did it go?
So before I had the company that's now called the Estate Kings, it was really just the idea of I knew how to do estate sales. And I had a business partner that I don't talk to anymore. We had a very bad falling out. I'm not going to get into details, but you learn in this business there's people who you can trust and people who you can't. And I didn't know at the time he was someone that I couldn't. So we ended up doing an estate, and the estate was brought to me, where I was asked, "Do you do estate sales?" And at the time, I was like, "Yeah, sure, of course," because I mean, the old Richard Branson of even if you don't know what you're doing, you just say you do, and you figure it out later. So I was like, "Yeah, of course, yeah, no problem. I can do an estate sale." And this is like a long time ago. And the guy's like, "Yeah, I've got this $1 million property that's my wife's, and it's full of stuff, and we're looking. We'd like to just have an estate sale. The property's already under agreement. We just got to get everything out of there. Would you be able to do that and then empty the house out of everything so it's ready for sale?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." I had no clue at that point of like what exactly to do, but I had somebody who I wanted as a mentor, but just was not. It was just someone who wasn't really out for my best interests. And you learn these things. You make
Sure.
everybody in business. You make these mistakes. When you're somebody that's really hungry and you really want to be successful, you look for people to be your mentor. You look for people that are going to be, I don't even know the right word. You want someone that is going to teach you stuff that's more knowledgeable than you, that you want to put your faith and trust into a human being. And time after time for me, and I'm sure for many other people, I put my trust in the wrong person. But he said to me, "Let's go, let's look at the house," and ended up doing a buyout, which is an option for the estate sale, which is instead of giving a percentage to the family, you just say, "Hey, I'll buy everything in the house for this number." Him and I went halvesies, and it just turned into something where, oh my God, we're getting $500 for that. We're getting $300 for this couch that looks like it should be thrown away. All these Hummels that are dog shit someone just gave us $400 for this collection of Hummels. Like, stuff that to me, I was like, oh my God. But you realize there's an ass for every seat. There's a collector for everything. There's someone who wants all the clothes that most people would just throw away to Goodwill. Well, guess what? We made $700 on that. All these suits that probably should have gone to Goodwill. Someone came with a truck and gave us $1,500 for all the suits. Like, it added up and it added up and it added up. And I realized what I was making it's not just a day of work or 2 days of work for the estate sale. It's a week plus of the preparation. It's doing all that. But let's just even call it 2 weeks between the sale and the cleanup and getting it all done. What I made in that 2 weeks is more than what most people would have made in 3 or 4 months of work. And that's when it said to me, this is everything that I'm good at. I'm good at knowing what everything in a house is worth because I'm a certified personal property appraiser. I'm good at negotiating. I'm a licensed auctioneer. I know on top of everything, like how to negotiate, but also like how to get people in there through social media and things like that, just to get the right crowd mix. I've already got the teams going of people that I trust that do eBay for me, so I can bring my eBay team in and then build upon that. I was saying to myself, why didn't I make estate sales my main business 15 years ago? I'm glad I have a college degree. I do. I'm glad I have my bachelor's, but at the same time, I'm not utilizing really that degree. Whereas if I had just, instead of gone to college, just really honed in and learned all the things I needed to for reselling at that point, where I'd be even now, I can only think about it. I mean, I'm happy with my success and where I am to this day, but I do think about obviously different ways my life could have gone.
I mean, you're talking about another 4 to 6 years of experience you would have got in the industry.
Yeah.
That's an amazing amount of experience, given what you do. Yeah.
It's not even just the experience, it's the connections.
Right.
So most people don't realize this business, you can be the most knowledgeable reseller on this planet. You could know what every piece of artwork, car, boat, everything is. You could walk in any room and know what 99.9% is, be someone who knows jewelry, knows everything. But if you don't have the right connections in order to get these deals to be able to, then it doesn't mean anything. So for me, it was kind of a partnership where I needed to learn the business, which, I mean, I've been doing it for 27 years. So I'm very, very knowledgeable in a lot of different areas. Jack of all trades kind of a thing, where I know all these different areas due to the fact that I've sold just about everything there is
Sure,
to sell,
yeah.
including houses. I mean, I sell everything.
Yeah.
So there was that. Then the other piece was getting the connections and learning. So where do I go to get these estate sales? Where are the avenues? Okay, well, these people get them, these people get them, these people, like, how do you get to that person? How do you, and I mean, I'm not gonna say the answers to that, because I mean, it cost me a lot of money and time and energy to figure that out, and it's still to this day, you know, I could still get more business, so I'm still fighting for even more business, but I feel that every client I've had, I've been able to say, for people I've done the estate sales for, people that, you know, I feel very strongly that they've always enjoyed what I've done, they've been happy with how much money they've gotten. You know, the only time I've ever had people complain are people that are either for a buyout or people that show up to one of my estate sales that aren't happy that I didn't sell them something for like 10 cents on the dollar that I wanted 25 cents on the dollar. And that's where you get the anger and the, you know, of stuff. But for the most part, I've done everything in my power to make sure that all my clients are happy and want to reuse me again.